Welcome back, V.O.C. YouTube channel, college football edition. Week 3, 4, whatever you want to call it, is upon us. I don't think there's a lot of headlines going into this week. I think this has been one of the more quietest college football seasons, I think, to start. Not a lot of headlines that are very lingering. I think we kind of know who the better teams are. I think we kind of know who the best team is. As of right now, it's Georgia. Not a whole lot going on. I want to deep dive into Michigan today from the title of this video. Look, disclaimer, look, I'm not one that I do not like the University of Michigan football. I think they're all scumbags, but as a big-time journalist, I have to be open-minded and I have to be truthful to what I think. And I have to be proper, and I have to give them respect when talking about them. I've been to Michigan multiple times for games. Every time I go to Michigan for a goddamn game, Michigan ends up winning the game. So Michigan fans, you're welcome. I was at Ohio State, Michigan. I said, it's one of the better games I've ever been to in my life. It was a great game. Great atmosphere. But I hate you. That's pretty much what I said from then. So today I'm going to deep dive into them. Are they good? Is this schedule horrible? Those kind of things. So let's jump into it. As I said, I hate Michigan. No surprise. If you know me, you know that I do that. But I'm going to be truthful. I'm going to be honest with it. And I'm just going to let it flow. So, start out. Look, Michigan is 3-0. 4th in the country. Great. They made the playoff last year. Had a lot of talent. Did a lot of different things. Had a lot of talent. Yes. I hate them. I'll say that multiple times a day. But 3-0. They beat Colorado State 51-7. Hawaii 56-10, and UConn 59-0. So the 3 games that they've won a combined 166-17. You look at that and you go, oh my gosh, most dominant team of all time. Put them in the record books. Give them, every trophy ever. Give them the national title. Give the quarterback the Heisman. Give the running back the Doak Walker. Whatever all the other awards are. Just give it all to them. They're the best team ever, right? Well, let's look at it. Deep dive here. They beat UConn. UConn's 1-3 on the year. UConn's only win. This is no joke. Central Connecticut State. Didn't even know that was a school. That's one of those makeup schools that you think about and you go, yeah, they played North Tennessee, Middle Texas A&M at Milwaukee Southwest Community College abroad in St. Joe. Like, that is like this kind of thing that you think of when you hear Central Connecticut State. So that's who they beat. Only team they beat this year. And it wasn't like they destroyed them. They only won 28-3. Meh. And last year they were 1-3. I mean, 1-11. 1-11. That was last year UConn. Itching. So that's UConn, who they beat, right? 59-0. Looks great on paper. They played Hawaii. Beat them 56-10, like I said. Hawaii's 0-4 on the year, and they were 6-7 last year. Awful. Colorado State, 0-3 on the year, 3-9 last year, and they beat them 51-7. So Michigan has played nobody. I truly believe a team of Helen Keller, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder could beat all 3 of those teams by probably 60. If you don't know, they're all blind. That's just what I think. Cupcake schedule, Make-A-Wish schedule. They're playing a bunch of orphan children. Michigan fans, if you want to be proud of that, great. And then you have all these home games as well. You have 8 home games. How the hell does that ever happen? 8 home games? Go on the road one time to play a game. So not only did they play teams that had a combined record last year of, well, only 10 wins. Yeah, 10 wins. And a combined losses of 27. Not only, that's awful. Not only did you have that, but then you have all these home games. That doesn't help you at all. Because you go to Iowa in a couple weeks, and J.J. McCarthy's a freshman, or not a freshman, kind of a freshman, sophomore, but he hasn't played much, so still, like, playing-wise, freshman. Like, you got to get these guys ready. Look, I'm not saying Michigan's not good, but play somebody one time. If you look at the Big Ten, Ohio State played Notre Dame. MSU went to Washington. Penn State went to Auburn. Nebraska played Oklahoma. You play cupcakes. Everybody does that. You do play cupcakes. But at least schedule one Power 5 opponent. Because I don't care if you play, Wisconsin played Washington State. It's a Power 5. Play a Power 5 opponent. I don't care if it's one of the worst Power 5 teams, but at least schedule a Power 5. Schedule somebody that potentially could be good, or in a good conference, or potentially has a good coach. Like these other schools that you've played so far, they're nobodies. Because with the schedule you have now, to me, you only hurt your team with a schedule like this because you don't get better. You get a bigger head. You think you're better, but you're really not. You're not fully and tangibly working on the things that you need to. Close games, road games, playing in tight situations, playing in different situations. But time will tell for Michigan as we see this year. I think they do have talent, but 11-1, 12-0 Michigan team doesn't really show me much and doesn't do a lot for me compared to if I look at other teams that are 11-1, 10-2, or undefeated if there does come down to that. That's just where I'm at with Michigan. Not saying, I would say it's about anybody. I'd say it's about a lot of other teams. But you just I don't know what it is this year. I just looked at the schedule from the beginning. I'm like, wow. And like I said, every Power 5 team, they play, cupcake schedules. That's just what they do. But you look at Georgia, you look at Tech, you look at Alabama. You played Oregon, and they played Texas. And now they played 2 FCS. Just schedule somebody else other than just 3 god-awful teams that they're going to be bad. I understand what you did. Do I get it? Yeah, you want to get 3 wins right off the bat, build confidence, but it's like, is this going to help you? I don't think so. But I do think they have talent. But like I said, to me, this hurts. It'll be interesting to see how this all works out. All right, that was my big shebang. I wanted to shit on Michigan a little bit. Michigan fans, you're going to come at me and say blah, 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 blah. It is what it is. I'm just going off of what I've seen. If you're a logical person and you think logically, you would think the same exact thing. All right, moving on to picks this week. I was 3-3 last week. It's horrible for college football. I'm usually very good. But I'm 14-6 on the year. I'll give myself that. Way better record than my NFL picks. So let's jump into it. Number 5, Clemson. They are 3-0, -7 favorite at number 21, Wake Forest. Wake Forest is 3-0. Wake Forest, I think, beat them last year. Not 1,000% sure. Boom, boom, boom. Is Clemson back? Clemson has offensive issues. Wake doesn't have their quarterback, or do they? I don't know. I think Sam Hartman might be back. It'll be an interesting game, but I'm going with Clemson. I think Clemson's back to being on top of the ACC. I think they'll somewhat figure offensively. Their defense is just too good. Number 17, Baylor, who is 2-1 at Iowa State, who's 3-0. They beat Iowa. Doesn't say much. Iowa State is a -2.5 point favorite. I think this is easy. Go Baylor. You don't have to sit here and talk about this game. That's easy. Number 20, Florida. They are 2-1 at number 11, Tennessee, who's 3-0, and Tennessee's a 10.5 point favorite. I think this line might be a little outrageous. I think this could potentially be, this is probably the game of the week. I think game day's there. I think the line is crazy, but I'm going to go Tennessee. Here's a stat for you. Since starting for Tennessee, their quarterback, Hendon Hooker, has 42 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. That stat says it all. We'll move on to the next pick. Number 22, Texas, 2-1. They're 7-point favorites at Texas Tech, who is also 2-1. This is an interesting game. You're going to look at Caleb. Why would you pick this game? Because you have to look at these games. And you have to look at Texas Tech. Not bad. They beat Houston. People thought Houston was going to be really good coming this year. This is a test for Texas. It's not that it's a good game or it's a great opponent, but Texas Tech isn't horrible. It's on the road for Texas. I'm going to go with Texas. This will be interesting to see how Texas does moving forward against teams like Texas Tech. It could be high scoring. It could be crazy. It could be close. These are the games that Texas in the past has lost. Can they win? Number 10, Arkansas. 3-0 at number 23, Texas A&M, who's 2-1. They come out to win in Miami. Texas A&M is a 2-point favorite. I'm going to ride high and continue to roll on with Arkansas this year. I just like them a lot. I like their coach. I like their quarterback. I like what they have building down there. And them Razorbacks are going to not dominate, but I think that they're going to beat Texas A&M. Texas A&M has a new quarterback, Max Johnson. He played very well against Miami. How well is Miami? No one really knows. You played them at home. Texas A&M, yet again, with all these home games. Who scheduled these? These ADs are just crazy. Wisconsin, 2-1 at number 3, Ohio State. Ohio State is 3-0. They're 19-point favorites. This is Saturday night. I think Wisconsin comes to play a little bit, but their talent is not fully up to Ohio State's. Ohio State wins this game. By the 19, though, I don't know. Minnesota, 3-0, 3-point favorites, going to East Lansing to play Michigan State, 2-1. They get humiliated, and I mean humiliated, on the road against Washington. But they went to Washington, and they played Washington. So now they have to play Minnesota. This game's tough. I think you can look at it as kind of a pick-em. Minnesota's not going to throw the ball as much as Washington did. I think Mel Tucker's got a bad taste in his mouth. He said, I coached the safeties. We looked like shit. That's embarrassing. Clearly, I'm a horrible coach. I think this is an easy go Michigan State, and Mel Tucker can never go against that man. All right, last game of the week. I can't even believe this is an actual thing here. Duke football, 3-0 at Kansas football, 3-0. Kansas is a -7 favorite. This game, all these stats are crazy. Duke, Kansas, you would think this is basketball. No, it's not. It's football. Game day, what a shame you didn't go here. You've never been to Kansas, have you? No, I don't think so. And then you don't even show up for this? This is a grade A. We only talk about basketball, but it's college football season game. This is one of those games that we may never see again. Both these teams have sucked traditionally for thousands of years when it comes to football. They're basketball schools. They're both undefeated. They're both 3-0. I like Kansas to win this game. So yeah, those are my picks. I shit on Michigan a little bit. I'm not fine. I'll go to bed and sleep like a baby after what I said. I'm not afraid. Come at me. I don't care. Hopefully some headlines start picking up here with college football. Hopefully we get some things moving. Hopefully the Heisman talk gets going a little bit so we can start looking at Heisman winners in October, because that's always fun, because people that we talk about now never win it anyways. Dressed up again because I had work. People got to make money. This is what I do. So that's going to do it for today's video. And we'll see. Good games this week. Plenty of good games, but you never really know until you watch them. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Boom.